Oh man, dude, yo, this has been a long time coming. Should have happened sooner. Should have happened the night that 236 dropped. But we're here. We are here, man. And let me tell y'all something. I'm hooked. I'm hyped. This entire year has been magnificent for this series, and I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore, man. Listen, the greatness is too goated right now, bro. Hold up, man. Yo, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to talk about some Jujutsu Kaisen here on the channel, man. Now, I originally scheduled this for One Piece time, but since One Piece dropped yesterday, I was like, I finally get the opportunity to come on here and discuss JJK live, bro. Because the thing is, most of my JJK conversations happen with my boys in real life, because all of them are into JJK in regards to the anime. But I really wanted to discuss the JJK manga, and considering how hard it's been going, I was like, bro, and especially coming off of last week's chapter, I was like, bro, I gotta react to this week's chapter. So I don't even know if the chapter is out. I'm leaving here with something. All right, I'm leaving here with something. So whether we're reading the chapter with a booty translation or a bootleg translation, or I'm just not reading the chapter tonight, but I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving here with something, man. Listen to me. I'm either gonna watch the episode and we're gonna have a great discussion about the current happenings in the manga, or we're reading the manga and watching the episode and discussing greatness. Either way, I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving here with something, man. Yo, my boy, Big Feige. What's going on, Radman, bro? My brother. Vortex. What's good, Marcos? Katsurote, the JJK hype is real, man. The JJK hype is so real, dude. Episode of cinema. We're watching that first. We're definitely watching that first. I cannot wait for that, man. Yo, but I appreciate y'all for being here. Let me go ahead and get my laptop, because, man, I'm ready. I'm ready for some... ready for some peak. Oh, man, dude. I'm not ready for today's episode. I don't even know why I'm getting so excited, man. There's no reason for me to be getting so excited over the happenings of today's episode, bro. That junk. That's just gonna send me to the Flagnards. That just gonna send me to the Flagnards. Yo, Mist, we're here, baby, for that JJK greatness, man. We love to see it. Let me tell you something. Yeah! And Crunchyroll knows your boy! Are you kidding me? Look at this! Bro, immediately, first screen, top picks for you. The Shibuya incident, dude. We in there, man. We love to see it. Man. Top picks for you, JJK, Attack on Titan, a series I've never heard of before in One Piece. That sounds accurate to me. That's nothing but peak. That means this series in the middle. What is that? Gibiat has a 2.3 star rating. I don't know what that is. But it's in the middle of JJK, Attack on Titan, and One Piece. That's all I know. And topics for you. So, let me get JJK up here. Dude, I promise you, if Crunchyroll... To what point have you read the series, Mr. Recon? I'm completely caught up. I am caught up to chapter 243. I haven't read 244. But I'm up to 243. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this stream is for the individuals caught up to the manga. You know what I mean? Like I'm not holding back. I've been holding back for long enough. So we are most certainly. You have to be reading the manga in order to watch this stream. So if you are an anime only, this is not the stream for you. It's not the stream for you. Maybe the reaction to the anime episode, which I'll tag that for the individuals watching this after. But yeah, no, we're gonna be discussing some greatness right after this chapter, or I'm sorry, right after this episode. Like I said, we're either discussing greatness or we're reading greatness, but by the Flagnards, with the way last week's chapter ended, man, I'm good just talking off that. I've reread that chapter like 5 times. I was like, yo, man, that joke was goated. Yo, the leader of the Sneak Nation. Put some respect on my boy's name. Put some respect on my dog's name. He who is him. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Before we start this episode, the fact that Gege went out of the way to put, and I believe it was chapter 238, that specifically Kenjaku would know that Okotsu would be the one to, like, out of everyone there, this boy is second. I'm gonna know when this one pulls up. Wasn't ready. Put all of the preparations to make sure that he'll be ready. Wasn't ready. Wasn't ready, that's all I know. That's all I know, and I don't care what took place for him not to be ready. That's Kenjaku's fault. It ain't my dog's fault. Sneak Nation, Peak Nation. My dog was still catching bodies. Now, I don't know what Kenjaku is cooking, but still. Man. But still. No, absolutely. Yo. I don't know if the chapter is on BTB. I'm talking about last week's chapter. I appreciate you the save money, man. This series is straight gas, dude. Straight gas. All right, let me go ahead and go right into the episode. Let me pull up the text. Here, we're going to be watching JJK Season 2, Episode 43. Let me see. Low-key, though, Maki could have worked as well. No, don't ask me that. I'm a Maki-tard. You ask me, Maki's fighting the whole verse by herself. No, I'm playing. I mean, hey, listen, on the right day, I'd probably say yes to that. But no, absolutely. Maki going up in like swimmer. That's my girl. That's my goat. Let me see. Media source. Yeah, I'll put that right there. Takaba goat. Bro, listen, man. Takaba. Yo, man. I better stop playing with my dog. I better stop playing with that, man. Yo, a real king of entertainment, man. I wish I could be half the entertainer that man is. That's a true legend. Let me take off my hoodie real quick. Let's get right into business, man. Not playing games. Hey, listen. You know what it is, bro. Maki greatness. Yo, one of these days, we're sitting down and we're ranking the, like, maybe after JJK ends. I don't even know how long the series has. That's why I wanted to do this, because I have no idea how long the series has left in the tank. So I was like, man, I gotta do this before it ends, dude. I really do. Talk about the GOAT facts, Scar. Yo, Scar, man, I know that you as one of the biggest tards of the character that we're about to see in this episode, I know you had to be, like, straight losing your mind. So, it's about time, y'all. Let's get into JJK Season 2, Episode 43. I'm not ready for this. This entire season has delivered nothing but heat, so I know this is going to be some gas. Let me get the media source up. Make sure, yep, good to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. In 3... Wait, hold on. Before I say... Winston, if I could promote you for saying that... I wish I could. I don't know how, Winston, but if I could, I would promote you to God Hand level just for saying that, because that is a factual statement. Maki the GOAT. Anyways, let's get right into it. Season 2, Episode 43, starting off here in 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Alright. Let's go, y'all. Starting straight off with Nobara. Flashback. Not the first person perspective. Oh, snap. It's similar to what we got with Yuji last week. You're my special. Yo, man, let me tell. Bro, I don't think that any opening or ending this series is released is honestly below, like, S-. Bro, every opening slaps, every ending slaps. It's like, what, where are they not slapping? Where are they not slapping? I don't know, man. I don't have the answers. And you know what's crazy? When we first got this opening, I was like, man, I'm really gonna miss the third opening from the hidden inventory, because man, that's one of my favorite openings ever. But man, the moment I saw this one, I was like, oh, another 10 out of 10. Another 10 out of 10 opening, man. The same thing with the ending. I was like, bro, Akari, automatic, like one of my favorite endings ever. And then More Than Words comes in and literally is like super S supreme tier, man. Like, I listen to that all the time. Even when I'm not in a JJK mood, I listen to that ending. That like it goes crazy. All special, dude. All special. Ending one is legendary. The Moose. Ending slaps Winston, bro. More Than Words, man. All right, let's get it. Okay. Hold up. Mahito, man. Yo, I saw some Mahito Air Forces the other day. Was I tripping? Was I dreaming that? Using the blood splatter to catch my dog off guard. Soundtrack goes hard, man. Ooh! Kano Bara with the cartwheels? My girl got observation hockey, dog. You better stop playing. Yeet! Yo, Nopara's so raw, dude. Took the hit and was like, get this thing off me. That's right. Did Nobara toss it? Whoa! Mmm. Mmm. Wait! Oh, that transition! Oh, this is a Trails soundtrack. They took this straight from Trails of Cold Steel 3. play this in the club, bro. Hey, this is the gas, dude. Oh yeah, we're going max for this, dude. We're going max for this. This soundtrack goes hard. Let him know, Nobara. Oh my god. Oh, Yuji. Hands. Oh, he's throwing hands for real. Yo, real shonen anime, son. We back in business. Yo, he's really throwing hands, man. What a shot. Oh, man, they took this straight from Shiro Sagisu, bro. This feels like an Espada soundtrack. Oh, he split apart. Yo, that entire scene was so peak, bro. Mmm. Oh god, here we go. Ooh! Playing Smash Bros. Brawl, baby. We'll never forget this. Oh, they're actually showing it. Man, dude. There's a Haikyuu-esque OST in this you're gonna love. Thank you, my boy Fiji, bro, for the 4 months. Was it that one soundtrack that was just playing, dog? That was like a... That might have been my favorite soundtrack in this season besides the Sukuna versus Maharaga one. That soundtrack was incredible. Look at my Smash Bros. Brawl professional player, man. But how could you say no to that? Someone with sparkles in their eye. Not the Fooly Cooly run. Poor guy. They don't stand a chance. She's doing the Gear 5 run. Yo, Nobara was really grinding on Smash Bros. Brawl. Day in and day out. Look at that. Getting better at aerials. Couldn't be me. I'm too bad. Just looks terrifying. Look at this. I mean, what a kind soul, dude. Flagnards, dude. Oh, that's a cool looking shot there. It's like I remember what that text said in the manga, man. It was the pain in that cry. I'm never coming back, dude. Man. Hit him with the Persona 4, man. It's more than in trouble, dude. Not the family photo, bro. The disappointment that often follows a reality like that. No, not the boys. Dang, man. The senpais. No, bro. playing this ending after that is just unfair, bro. Look at them, man. They're supposed to be happy, dog. We're supposed to have this trio together forever, man. Dude, they could not have executed that to more perfection if they tried, bro. Everything with the final sequence here, the flashback, the transition, the soundtrack, the voice acting. Tell everyone for me, life wasn't so bad, dude. God, man, Nobara, bro. Like, yo, Nobara was always a favorite, man, and it's like, it sucks, dude. You know, I was ruining the day this was gonna come. I was looking forward to seeing how they would animate it, and they did a marvelous job. The entire episode was spectacular. The Yuji and Nobara versus Mahito stuff was absolutely peak. But man, final sequence star of the show. I knew More Than Words was going to hit extremely hard when this episode came around, but man, did it hit. Because then you start reminiscing and thinking back to all the times, you know, and... Dang, man. Why? Why does Akutami Gege do this? Why? Every time? Gain satisfaction from my pain. Man, dude, fantastic stuff, man. I gotta listen to that soundtrack again, dude. At the beginning of the episode. Right here. It's like 5 minutes something seconds in. Right here. Right after the hairpin. Nobara falls on him. Right? Dude, this soundtrack. Yo, man, they gotta put this soundtrack up somewhere. What a magnificent episode, man. Dude, next week's gonna go so hard, y'all. So hard, man. Y'all already know what's coming. I can't wait. I can't wait. Mahito stands on business. That's crazy. Now Mahito really is a sensational villain, man. Makes me wanna hit him as bad as I want to hit this list of dragons. An extremely, extremely well written character. This soundtrack goes so crazy, dude. Dude, and then Yuji came. Look at this, dog. They start straight boxing him. Bah, 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 nah. No, man. Dang, man. I gotta rewatch that ending sequence one more time, man. The flashes between them in the present and them in the past, man. I mean, I'm a sucker for this stuff, dude. The chair falling in the middle of the room. I mean, come on. Dude, Yuji's face right here. Life wasn't so bad, dog. This episode was incredible. Another banger, man. Add to the list, dude. Another banger to add to the list of ongoing greatness, yo. God. Let me see if so I don't think the chapter's out, right? At least does anybody know if like there's a chapter thing out there, translation, a good translation? Yes, sir, Benzo. Gonna be feasting soon. No, nothing but love to you, Kev. Yo, I appreciate you. No, actually, yeah, it really did sound like a Haikyuu soundtrack. To me, it sounded like a Trail soundtrack. Out of all the things I've seen, it really sounded like a Trail soundtrack. Like, crazy. Within the next 60, 90 minutes, it'll be out. Sorry. No, you're all good, Drums, yo. You're all good. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for reaching out. It's all good, yo. We could have a conversation about stuff that's not going to be the next chapter. So, like, if anybody wants to talk about anything that's happened from after Shibuya, or even the stuff that we haven't gotten into Shibuya yet, up to the most recent chapter in 243. If y'all have anything you would like to discuss, let me know, man. I'm here to discuss. Great. As a matter of fact, let me write a thing discussing manga up to 243. Let me see, 243. There's a lot of text I wait for TCB. I was gonna wait for them anyway. I appreciate you. Let me see. Whoops. What did I bring down? There we go. Alright. But yeah, dude. Like, yo, this arc has been going so insane, man. For the Culling games. I think from, like... I mean, I loved it from the very beginning, but God, that the Maki section obviously is really special to me since Maki's my favorite character. And then right after that, whenever we got into the Fight Club Hikari section, I always love scenes like that in anything. Whenever you go to like the underground section in any type of media, it's always super dope to me, and I always appreciate stuff like that. And then from then on, it was just straight gas, dude. I mean, I look back to this year in particular. I think this year started with, like, the military stuff. So it was around, like, 208, 209, somewhere in there, 210. And to see where it went from then until now. I mean, bro, this year might be one of JJK's strongest years in the manga, man. It was insane. You know, it just start off the year with the legendary chapter 212 and that stretch from 212 to whenever that was, and then from 220 to 236 and the legendary fight, and then to follow that up with another fantastic fight right after that, and then right now where we're at, like, yo, come on, man, it's been so good. It's been so good, dude. 212 changed, yo, 212 changed everything, Marcos, bro. I'm telling you, like, that chapter legitimately changed the entire game. 212 onwards has been pure gas, bro. Like, seriously. Seriously, man. Like, yo, that chapter, I remember when that chapter released, bro. You know, there's been multiple JJK chapters where I was like, man, I really wish I was doing videos for this. I really wish. That was one of them, man. I was in complete and utter shock. Like, that was one of my biggest shocks of the year for sure, or even just an entire series. That was a special chapter because the thing is, you're building up the entire series towards finding out what exactly is going to happen with Sukuna and why he values Megumi so much, right? So you know something's going to happen there. But for it to happen in that moment, at that time, it was just mind-blowing. And then the stuff that follows, the way that Yuji responded to it, I mean, what a goat, dude. What a goat. And then, let me get my phone, man, real quick. Let me, There was this panel, dude. I still have it saved in here. Let me see. Here it is, dude. Listen, man. Bro, when I saw this panel, right here, dude. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's the panel with Sukuna and then Maki in the background. Oh my god, bro. I was, yo, and then the hands? Yuji and Maki boxing Sukuna. I was losing my mind. It's unfortunate that it ended either that chapter or the chapter after. And then, of course, we moved over to even more greatness. But man, like, yo, that stretch was crazy. Like, that Sukuna coming up in there and really showcasing he was about it. And the craziest thing, this year really has been the year of Sukuna, both in the anime and the manga. Because the anime, obviously, that month of Sukuna, that was generational. That was generational. But this brother in the manga is putting up wilt numbers, man. I mean, yo, he's running the gauntlet. He has legit been running the gauntlet, and we still haven't seen the man go all out. Like, it is insane. It's actually insane, dude. Oh, he really ran the year Salvador shot. Like, it's crazy. And then Kashimo. Bro, I gotta give respect to Kashimo, man. Yo, Kashimo brought Sukuna to the point to where we now see forearm Sukuna, you know? So, you know, shout out to Kashimo. And that was a great chapter, by the way. It was the last chapter that we had before we switched over. The one that ends up with the super go to dope spread of lawyer dude, Higuruma and Yuji with Sukuna on the bottom. He's like, man, what does he say again? It's like, what is a little boy? I forgot what the line was, but it was so fire, bro. It was so raw, and I was like, let's go! The Algaris behind him, I was like, yo, man, this is some straight gas. But right before that, we had a really, really cool sequence, a couple of sequences with Kashimo and Sukuna, and what it means to be strong within the series. And in particular, seeing it from Sukuna's perspective, you know, how he feels about love, how he feels about strength, how he goes about, how Gege is exploring the idea of freedom and self-freedom through someone like Sukuna. And I think that's very, very interesting. I think it's in that same chapter where he talks about how, is life really worth living if you're not doing as you please, right? If you're not, whenever I'm hungry, I go eat. Whenever I feel like, you know, doing this, I do this. That should be what it's all about. And I just found it to be very interesting from his point of view, specifically from his perspective. And I thought that chapter was really, really well handled, especially in that regard, in the way that they did the Kashimo and Sukuna stuff from both standpoints. There was also the question, I think this was a chapter before, of like. In regards to, like, were you born this way? And Sukuna was like, I don't know, but I was probably like a really troublesome kid, you know? I was probably one of those kids that was driving my parents crazy. Yeah, it was just that fight gave us a lot more insight into Sukuna's backstory, which is something I really can't wait to see when the time comes. But yeah, man, and that was followed up with so much greatness. Yo, doing good according to plan. That's a fire name according to plan, by the way. That's a fire name. Maki's entrance legendary. Yo, you knew, bro. You knew, you knew, dude. No, that scene goes so hard, bro. Maki and Yuji versus Sukuna team up for one chapter was so raw. No, that spoke to me on a personal level. That really did, man. Masaka. Yo, straight up ultimate power. Straight up. Turn up the volume because it's a funeral for the living. Yo, that's true, Kim Jong. I forgot about that line. That was a fantastic one-liner for sure. I don't know. People expect it from Kashimo against Hei in Sukuna form. I mean, look, man. After you finish taking out Gojo like that, anyone that comes after is like almost guaranteed to get one shot. Almost guaranteed. You feel me? It was almost guaranteed. But the way in which it was handled was to me what was so cool about it. Game for the season 3 animated extended fight of Maki and Yuji versus Kuna, dude, they're gonna go crazy. They're gonna give that like 5 minutes. If they gave Toji that rabbit scene, they're gonna give Maki and Yuji versus Kuna some time. They're gonna give some minutes, man. Need that Heian era flashback immediately. Do it immediately, bro. I can't wait for that, man. That's one of my most anticipated things in manga right now. Is that flashback? Can you imagine us coming out of the Kuma flashback, and then we go over to JJK, and we see the Heian era flashback. Can you imagine that? Could you imagine that, dude? That would be so gas, dude. I don't know how much longer the Kuma flashback has, but that would be super cool. But like I said, I don't know how much longer JJK is going to keep going. Before the series ends, we have to see that flashback. I don't know how long he would want that to be, but Gege really is very creative when it comes to utilizing cursed energy. No, truly, yo, in many, many different ways. And I think we truly got a chance to see that within this arc. Like, I never would have imagined seeing the abilities that I have within the Calling games. Like, you look at it from the moment the arc started up until the end. There's like a collection of like 7 abilities that I would put in like JoJo, and like Araki terms, and for how creative these abilities are is actually really, really dope. People thought that the manga would end this year. I see it was impossible to do that. I think the reason for that, Kuma, is because Gege said it, right? What wasn't it? That like, oh, the manga's gonna end next year. It was something like that. I remember when the Jump Festa, was it Jump Festa? It was something like that. Like, yo, the series. I forgot what the exact line was, but it had people thinking that the series was gonna end this year. Hated the fraud Kuna allegations. My boy Sukuna been boxing everyone. Thank God he took out the fan favorite Gojo. I mean, fan favorite, but not Gege favorite, right? And that's the difference, at least from what I've gathered. But obviously, just I think that's one of the things that makes that fight so special, especially that chapter, the final chapter, 236. It was just the way that the continuous back and forth between both sides, but to have it go down the way that it did there in that final search, I promise you, dude, I'm so glad that when 235 ended, I was told to get off social media because that week was a crazy One Piece chapter, I think, or it was something where I was told to get off social media for One Piece, like completely Zero Dark 30, and when I got on to do the chapter reaction, people told me JJK was out too. It was like one of the only times JJK and One Piece started at the same time, or very, very close to each other. And so right after I did One Piece, I read JJK, and I still to this day wish I would have reacted to that chapter, man, because I was actually unspoiled for that chapter. And the last thing I was expecting is what went down there, man. That was the last thing I was expecting. That gem was crazy, man. But shout out to my boy Sukuna, man. This entire year he's been doing his thing. But I really got to give it up to Gojo. I think everyone has to give it up to Gojo after seeing what the anime showed us. 15-fingered Sukuna and Mahoraga did to Shibuya. I mean, we saw it in the manga, but the way the anime really made it seem like there were two gods boxing. And in this particular case, we got the opportunity to see Gojo fighting both of them on that same side, and the other one too. I forgot the name. It's like I had to put respect on Gojo's name, dog. That just was crazy. Like after I watched that episode in the anime, it really put into perspective just how crazy Mahoraga is. I was like, man, dealing with all three is insane. I don't know, bro. Dealing with all three is insane. Do you think Megumi's like gone? I mean, knowing Gege, you really can never say. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Megumi's gone. I think there is some sort of life left in there, especially with what potentially is being cooked there in the background for a few different characters. I don't think Megumi's gone, personally. That's true, Luffy. That's true. If we get Hay and Era stuff, I'll be translating to Sky People with hype. Same, Yorozia next. Same. Giving Sukuna a Mickey is crazy. Giving Sukuna a Mickey is crazy. Which chapter was that? That 236. There was a few of them that I really wish I would have reacted to. I wish I would have reacted to a bunch of stuff in Shibuya. This 137. I wish I would have been there for the 148, 151 stretch. I wish I would have reacted to the triple domain expansion chapter. That chapter was godly. That was a great chapter. I forgot which one that was. It was like in the 180s. The chapter 190 something to 200 stretch with Maki going absolutely nuts. Absolute peak fiction. 212 to that stretch. The 236. I was like, man, there's a few of them, but 236 was the one I was talking about. Sukuna's current JJK performance is Aizen, Fakar Kurotan, Tears of Rawness. No, you're right, bro. I was thinking about that because my cousins and I had that discussion at Thanksgiving. We were talking about how Sukuna for us really is giving the same vibes that Madara did back in the day. Madara and Aizen, right? Like these characters that were built up throughout the course of the series, and you're seeing them live up to their full potential in the present time. Like how nasty they could actually be, and they continue to contain that aura. Like it wasn't just hype. These individuals are delivering on the things that the other characters spoke so highly of them for. And so we were reminiscing back to the way that Madara was executed within the final arc, and we were like, man, the way that Sukuna has been moving this year really reminded me of both that and Aizen. It's a really accurate comparison because you're right, yo. Straight rawness, FKT rawness. This man Gojo was LeBron James 2018 versus Sukuna and the Warriors. That's facts. That's straight facts. My guy Megumi's coming back. We believe, Salvador Shot. We believe. Do you think Nobara is gone? People are still split on that. Once again, similar to the Megumi thing, I'm still holding off hope. That one's copium though. Megumi, I genuinely believe is coming back. Nobara is copium because I really like the character. I don't want Nobara to be gone, but at the same time, Nobara's been gone for so long. I'm not sure the purpose that would be served there if Nobara were to come back. Right? So I'd be good either way. I would be hurt if Nobara really is gone. But I just wonder how that return would be executed considering how long it's been. It's been a long time. Mami Kenjaku's crazy. We need to see Mami Kenjaku, Mami Tengen make it out in making out in the Heian era flashback. Yeah, we're gonna have quite a spectacle there in the Heian era flashback. It feels like that's gonna be even spookier than the Void Sentry at this point. That's gonna be nuts, man. How do you think Sukuna will be defeated? I've honestly been thinking about this a lot. I don't know, man. I don't know. I would love for it to be like a Kaido situation where there's a bunch of individuals that continue to box this man, and then we have the Yuji Sukuna 1v1 potentially to end it. But because it's JJK, I know I won't be able to predict it. But considering what has been built up throughout the course of the story with Yuji, I'm definitely putting my stocks there that it's going to happen by Yuji's hand. I just don't know the way that we're going to get there. I don't know how we're going to get to that point. I don't know if we're going to get to that point by utilizing all these crazy abilities that we've been seeing throughout the course of the Calling games. Or is it something that Gege still has like under the rug we haven't seen yet? Like a potential new plot point that comes out into the mix that not weakens Sukuna, but makes it to where at the very least the battle looks winnable. I do think that it is going to be sort of Kaido-esque with multiple fighters going at it, and then leaving off with the one-on-one at the end. But like I said, because of the amount of insane abilities that we have in this arc, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. But it's gonna be my dog Yuji. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be my dog Yuji. It's gonna be my dog Yuji. It's gonna be my dog Yuji. Especially after I saw that legendary spread. Whenever he's going through and he's taking all of those blows, surviving them. Back in what was that, 214, 213? I was like, nah, he's got it, yo. And when we get the runs again, oh, I can't wait. Dude. Yo, when we switch over, dude. Oh my god, man. I still can't believe that we were left on that cliffhanger, man. Like, bro, it's been like, with the breaks, it's been like 3 months, I think. And I really loved the fight that we just finished. I genuinely think that's one of my favorite fights in the series. Like, without question, top 10. But it's like, man, I just want to get back, dude. But at the same time, do I really want to go back? Utah's about to go in. That's all I know, man. I don't know. But not for sure. I'm most certainly expecting Yuji to be the one to deliver the final blow for sure. I just don't know how we're gonna get to that point. His get back on Sukuna will be just satisfying, and Yuji's took his sister, and we know what he did to Gojo with his own body. Facts, Salvador. So that's actually a great point. Megumi has to be a part of that final situation as well, that final scenario that takes Sukuna out of there as well. I didn't really think about that. That's actually a great point. like the way Gojo was killed. It was a slash that cut the world slash reality. It makes sense to readers, and Gojo would perceive it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and I like the way that Kashimo put it too, right? Like you said, it literally, whenever you see the attack, and you see how much, like how it basically in an instant created this hole in the earth, this massive slash that no one could really perceive. It was just that quick. It makes you think how fast it was that happened. It took like a hundredth of a second for this man to get that attack off. Insane. Insane. Yeah, I love it too, Ultimate Power. Yo, facts. Yeah, it would have been really cool to see how the three domains would have interacted with one another. Recon, what is the one aspect about JJK that you would personally love to see more of? Whether it be character interactions, fights, or anything that can elevate the series even further for you? Considering where we are, I want to continue seeing more character interactions. For sure. You know, I really enjoy when Gege gets in the slice of life bag, but I understand we're too late for that. Right, like we're pretty much an end game, but I really love slice of life JJK. I really do. But that, like I said, that's something that is in the past now. It comes to a point just like with Gintama where you're like, man, that's not coming back. You feel me? So are the things that are feasible and plausible that can continue to elevate the series. I personally look forward to seeing how Gege continues to explore certain themes through these upcoming fights, because he's done such a marvelous job with what has been showcased up until this point, especially in this arc, through certain battles. And considering that we're entering the final what looks like the final battles, if there's a message that Gege wants to put through these characters, this is the time for us to see that on full display. And we've already been seeing that sprinkled in throughout each of these battles. But because I'm such a themes merchant, I want to see that ramped up to the highest level, similar to whenever Yuji fought Mahito, and we had the I'm You thing that was coursing throughout the course of that fight. I'm looking forward to seeing something like that here within the final couple of chapters. You know, I'm also really enjoying what Gege's cooking with Kenjaku. There was a line a couple chapters ago. I think it was it 239? It was whenever Kenjaku was talking about what makes things interesting. And obviously that was a precursor to what we just saw within that fight and what makes things interesting / entertaining. But that's the type of stuff I hope we continue to explore, because that to me is whenever Gege really gets in the bag. Like truly gets in the bag, and we're able to see things that no one would have ever expected, at the very least from what cursed energy is capable of, like we talked about earlier. When you take certain thematic elements or certain things and you combine them with your battle system, it just causes some really, really cool stuff. So I'm hoping to see more of that. And then just on a personal note, we need some more Maki greatness, for the love of God. We need some more Maki greatness. And with the Maki greatness, I'm really, really hoping that we get some just godly fighting choreography and don't face spreads, as we've gotten up to this point with those anytime that Maki's on screen. But for all of that, I think if the series continues at the way that it's going, it's undoubtedly going to continue to elevate itself for me. because it's doing everything right now. Sukuna will not be defeated. Let him cook. Hey, cook, Vortex, yo, cook. What's your top 5 JJK characters, bro? So, like, after the most recent reread, I have Maki, Sukuna, Yuji, Gojo, and the 5th one for me is very difficult because there's a lot of characters that I could have there in that spot. Oh man, that's tough, dude. I love Toji, bro. I really do. You know what? I feel like I might like Toji more than Gojo, man. I might put Toji at number 4 and Gojo at number 5 because, yo, my love for Toji, like, he was already one of my favorite characters, but the anime really emphasized like how much I love that character, bro. I truly, man, I really dig Toji. And you know something? The reread really made me love Yuji as a protagonist. Like, I almost put Yuji over Sukuna. If it wasn't for Sukuna going on that monster run this year, I'd probably have Yuji at number 2. I was like, yeah, I love that character. I gotta give an honorable mention to Yuta. I love Yuta, yo. I've loved Yuta since JJK 0. But especially with the stuff that we've seen within the course of the story and during the Culling games, I was like, yo, that's my dog. For sure. And then Nobara, obviously. I absolutely love Nobara. So a lot of great characters. Toto, bro. How could I forget my dog? Toto. Toto's definitely up there too, man. I love Toto. Brother! Come on, man. That's my boy. Toto's definitely up there too. So it'd be a mix of those. It'd be a mix of those characters right there. Anime tax? Yo, it truly is, yo. Woji, like, yo, that's my guy. Goji, man. For sure. I think he keeps hinting you just thought some innate power is hidden within. Yo, for sure. Or affinity with Sukuna. 100%. And I'm still wondering when the Flagnars, that thing was in the color spread. You guys remember that color spread from a couple chapters ago? That it had a Yuta Hikari, Maki, and Yuji had that thing. I was like, what in the Flagnars am I looking at? Oh, I got a thing. What's going on with my phone, dude? Yo, drums, man. I just got your message. Oh, man. That's exciting. That's exciting. Let's flip and go. We're cooking. Yo, that reminds me. I gotta message you about something later. Hopefully I remember after the stream ends. It'll be for something One Piece related. But regardless, thank you for telling me that. That's super dope. I actually immediately started thinking about some of those sequences. That's gonna be fire. But yeah, man, greatness. Toto goat, yo, shout out to my dog Toto, man. I can't wait for next week's episode, bro. Like, that is my boy. Brother! Sukuna this year is like Bryan Danielson final countdown run. Bro, Sukuna this year is like flipping prime Okada, Roman Reigns with not dropping the belt to anyone on a 1,000 something day run. He's Triple H with a shovel in like 2003, burying everyone. I mean, it's incredible. He's Austin in 99 when he's just going around whooping everybody going home. Like, he's different. Sukuna's different, man. Yo, facts, Klonos. I'm gonna enjoy these next few weeks. I really am, man, because I love Toto, bro, and I'm gonna enjoy every second that Toto's on screen. I really am. I really am. That's another character we haven't seen in God knows how long, right? Goodness. There's a lot of characters that we need conclusions for in this series. The prayer comes from the heart scene with Toto's OST playing. Oh. Certified peak. Certified peak. Yo, see you next, man. Seriously. Should I remind you then? Appreciate you, drums, man. Besto friendo. Type of girls you into, dog. That man, I love Toto, bro. Yeah, I think before I did my reread, because I remember when I was first going through JJK, which was, I caught up, I'm trying to remember, I know I made a video on the channel, I caught up like in the 60s or something. Toto was I think Toto was my favorite character. Going through the prison, I was like, oh, that's my boy, man. And then I remember reading Hidden Inventory. When Shibuya was going on weekly, Toji was my favorite character. Bro. And I just kept switching. It was like Toji, Sukuna, and a bunch of characters. But and then when the Maki stuff happened, it was solidified after that. But yeah, no, bro. Yeah, I don't know what the top 5 is, but like I said, for sure Toji's in there, and so Toto. It's just like I need my top 5 to be more like a top 8, where they just share certain spots, man. Because there's too many great characters. There's too many great characters. What happened to my boy Toto, man? My boy is gone. Yuji with the Alan Walker cosplay arm, bro. That's exactly right, man. He has like the Alan Walker cosplay arm and the. So who? I might be misremembering this. Big, huge dragon arm. Booster. All of my like almost everyone I know has seen this series. People in real life talk to me about this series. Flipping Flagnars, and it's the arm thing. It's the cosplay arm. I don't remember what the dang thing is. But regardless, the arm. Thank you, Sage. See that when no one else has me. Sage has me, yo. From High School DxD. Thank you. Thank you, Sage. With the cosplay arm. No question. No one else got me. Sage got me, yo. Sukuna's prime Messi. Yo, straight up. I mean, he's cooking. Yuji became that dog after the Mahito fight. Benji Shibuya after JJK Season 1 was special, man. Dude. Yo, missed, man. Yuji, like you said... I loved Yuji from the beginning, but I didn't realize how much I loved Yuji until I did my reread. He's such a great character, bro. Such a great character. I'm glad that Yuji actually shares that same type of he's under that same umbrella as Ichigo of exploring what it means for a character to be a hero in situations where something like that would be so difficult to be, and where it's almost like wanting to be that is leading towards the downfall, right? And I appreciate how both Kubo and Gege explored that, because throughout multiple points in the series, we've seen Yuji at his very best when that is being tested. And he just has so many My MC moments. So many. That that's my boy. That's my boy, man. Yo, in the anime, oh my god, dude. When we get to the end of the Mahito fight, man, generational, bro. Generational. Yo, Share the Dank, what's good, yo? Skull Sorara comes in and says, after watching today's GK episode, I love how Mahito really embodies the nature of a curse. These guys are meant to be twisted by nature. Man, I can't wait for that 120% panel peak. That's gonna be so peak, bro. But no, you're absolutely right. Like, I've been reminded a lot of how incredible Mahito is as a villain. Not just as a character, like you said, in embodying the nature of a curse, but I also love how Mahito's like the perfect foil for Yuji. I mean, truly, just from both just naturally and creating a character that is just a natural foil for your protagonist, but also it feels like the perfect character for that time as well. To explore a theme like that you can see resonate throughout the course of an entire series until the climax or the end of like its first half, quote unquote. I feel like Mahito fit that role perfectly. Mahito and Nadeko to me sort of serve a similar role in that regard, as characters that take place like towards like the halfway point of the story and really showcase certain themes that the author could not wait to explore and have the opportunity to do so with that character. And I think that's what Mahito represents. And I know that we saw a lot of that stuff early on with that arc, with Nanami's introduction and stuff, with the original Yuji Mahito fight. But in this one in particular, I feel like there was a lot more to explore there, and of course you see the craziness with Mahito throughout. Just an extremely well-written character. Extremely well-written character makes everyone want to punch Mahito, but that's how the individual is really well-written. Akbar J, I still need to... That's the one series that I really need to dive into from the visual novel. I've only watched the anime for Fate. And I love me some Shiro, just from the anime. So yeah, I definitely have to explore that in the visual novel for sure. Because I've been recommended Fate from a lot of my closest friends, so... I need to explore the visual novel. Like I said, I love the anime, but I know that doesn't tell the full story. Yeah, man. Absolute greatness, dude. Yo, you know what's crazy? This week has been my final exams week, both this week and next week. And the JJK soundtracks have been like giving me superpowers, man. Going through these final exams, I really have to thank the JJK soundtrack. it's been feeding your boys brain cells. You know what I'm saying? It truly has. It truly has, man. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to cover before we head out, because obviously I'm not gonna be able to stay up for the chapter because I have to get up in a few hours to go for another final. But I can't wait to read the chapter tomorrow, for sure. Yeah, brother, we still need you on the FSN VN gas. Oh man, dude. Sage, I'm letting y'all down, man. I need to get on that for sure. Need to get on that for sure. Kim Jong off topic, but are you caught up to Kubera Season 3? I'm currently catching back up again, bro. I am, I know I'm in the side stories, but I am in the middle of catching up again. I was taking my time with it, but, yeah, I'm in the spinoffs. I'm on spinoff number 15. Yeah, I've been enjoying the spinoffs, man. The spinoffs have been great. And then Abyss, what a great arc for us there. But Yeah, I'm in the spinoffs. Looking forward to catching back up to that, man. I can only imagine how peak it must be right now. But yeah, no, bro, Kubera Season 3 is special. So I'm behind quite a bit, honestly. I'm behind quite a bit. I hate how Yuji's saying to Megumi at the beginning of the series, do you know people die? Give me flashbacks to Emi as people die when they're killed. I remember when that was a meme that was all over the place. I wonder if because of the increased levels of negativity and other aspects that breeds curse due to the culling games, that if the disaster curses or at least Mahito can be reborn early to normal. Could you imagine that, Sage? Could you imagine that's what that's what they're going for here? That would actually be nuts, Sage. I didn't really think about that. So like it brings them back prematurely due to the increased levels of negativity in the air. Man, yo, Sage, could you imagine that? And we start seeing not even just the characters that we know, but other curses that potentially could prove to be very, very troublesome. Especially with what we saw just a few chapters ago. That's really interesting. Yo, Sage, man, some good stuff. Figure Dog, these finals have been crazy. Gotta get back into the grind of that trail's greatness soon. Yo, miss soon, man. You let me know, bro, when you get back into like swimwear, dog. I'm so excited to see you continue that journey, man. Has you read the chapter yet? No, Wes. I thought the chapter was going to be out tonight. But by the time the chapter's out, I got to be in bed already because we're going to have a thing. I'm just glad we have an opportunity to do this. So it looks like I will not be reacting to the chapter on stream, but that's all right. That's all right. No worries. I put Kingdom on hold back at chapter 702. Just caught back up. Was nice having a bulk of chapters to read. Dude, I can't wait to hop back on Kingdom, man. I know before the end of the year, I really want to resume the series, and I need, with every fiber of my being, I need to finish Chihaya Furu, man. Like, almost every day the thought crosses my mind how bad I want to get back to reading both of them. Both Chihaya Furu and Kingdom. So, soon, man. Soon. I really can't wait. But that's awesome that you were able to get back up to the greatness. Kingdom, man. The last one of those specials is about my favorite Kubera character. It killed me, bro. Curry always does this, yo. If there's anyone that's guaranteed to take you out, it's gonna be Curry Gum. it's gonna be guaranteed. Guaranteed. Yeah. Yeah, like what Akbar J said. Sucked in by good old Ken. What did somebody say earlier? Mommy Kenjaku. Sucked in by Mommy Kenjaku. Yeah. It might be time for the Gotama rewatch. You know something, Luffy? I'm actually for the part of the story that I'm on. I've been contemplating doing a rewatch of Gintama 2015 again, which is something I've watched a billion times. But it's a part. It's I may need to go to that for where I'm currently at right now, and so definitely looking forward to doing that, man. It's always nice to sit down and watch Gintama, bro. I need you back on Kino and Chihaya Furu where you got some true legendary stretches of peak waiting for you. I can't even imagine, man. For both of them, like it's crazy, right? Like I have both of those series in my top 5. I would dare say I'd have to think about that, but I think they're both in my top 5 manga. And here they are with like a whole bunch of chapters out, and I haven't been able to read them. Like I am the biggest fraud of all time. but soon, man, I miss them both so much, bro. I really, really do. Have you ever read Feng Shenji, bro? When that first came out, I was so hooked on it. That was one of my work reads. I made it all the way up to Feng Shenji 2. I caught up, and then I haven't read a chapter since. I can tell you right now, I don't remember a thing. I don't remember almost anything from Feng Shenji. But I remember at the time, that was like 2014, I used to read those chapters at work all the time, and I was so addicted to that series. You ask me about it now, man, I can't even name you a character. I can't even name you a single character, dude. Following up on Sage's theory with Tengen's barriers diluted the birth of strong cursed spirits. Once the culling games officially end and a merger happens, more negativity will birth curses. Exactly. And that is that's something that Kenjaku said a couple chapters ago, right? If I'm not mistaken. Which is why Kenjaku was trying to hurry up and finish the culling games. I love No Operator's idea that Yuji becomes new Tengen, and the series ends on Yuji chillin' waiting for the new Mahito, and as he forms, we get Yuji say, "I've been waiting for you." Can you imagine that? It'll be a Cloud Sephiroth thing. Always wanting to throw hands. Always wanting to throw hands, man. Hands even beyond our life and death. Have you ever heard of Gachiakuta? Yo, actually, I have not. Let me see. Yo, Super, what's good, yo? Gachiakuta. This sounds... Have I... This art style goes pretty hard, dude. Gachiakuta. Shonen manga. Kodansha. Oh, it's a new series, too. Oh, bro, this art style goes crazy. I like this. I'm gonna keep this on my phone. See if I can read a few chapters tomorrow. I probably won't be able to tomorrow, but it's sometime soon. Dude, yeah, the art goes crazy. I like it a lot. Thank you for recommending that, Goomp. I appreciate you. I have not heard this. Have you watched The Files of Detective Kindaichi? Why does that sound so familiar? I don't think I've watched it, but that sounds really familiar. I think when I caught up to Detective Conan, I was trying to find other pieces of detective media within Japanese culture. Found a couple of novels, like long running novels and stuff. But I don't think if that's an anime or a manga, I don't think I've watched that. The Files of Detective Kindaichi. I do not think I've read / watched that. I don't think so. Nothing's good, King. JJK ruined the day. Oh man, you're an anime only. I understand, dude. I understand, yo. It's like just when we thought One Piece was killing us, then JJK comes in and takes us out as well, man. Gachi Akuta's good stuff. The mangaka was an assistant to Okubo. That's why the art is similarly stylized to Soul Eater and Full Vipers. Oh, that makes sense. I was trying to think of what series it reminded me of. You're right. Yeah, it does. Oh, I definitely see the Soul Eater art style here. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Cool art, man. After I'm done catching up to Undead Unluck, I'll read that next set on my radar for a while. I need to read Undead Unluck. That's one of the ones I'm caught up to quite a few series in Shonen Jump right now, And that's one of the series that I have not read a single chapter of. Have you heard of a mystical man called Coach Khan? Hey, that was the best reveal of yesterday's live stream. That's all I know. That's all I know, man. OG3 comes in and says, binge Kagurabachi, and it's more than just the memes, to be honest. It's nice. I'm caught up to Kagurabachi. I appreciate Kagurabachi for everything that it attempts to be, man. There's a lot of panels that go hard in that series. Kindaichi Files is originally a manga. Oh, okay, so it originates from manga then. Do you still follow up with Detective Conan? Absolutely. I'm a couple chapters behind now, but it can't be more than 2 or 3. I'm almost completely caught up. And I watch the anime every time one of the major arcs gets animated. So I'm still heavily involved in Detective Conan. I love that series. I'm actually soon hoping to go back and rewatch some of the movies, man. Like I miss it. Bro, Detective Conan, catching up to that series was one of my favorite catch-up experiences. It was so much fun. King, you still reading Windbreaker? Yes, I'm definitely still reading Windbreaker. I need to get back on that. It's just that everything took a pause during NaNoWriMo month, but that ends now. It's December 1st, so we're getting back on track with everything. Oh, okay, and oh yeah, that's right. It's December 1st, yeah, for the movie. Sweet. Recon, have you heard of Awashi? Dude, that's one of the series that I was studying during this month. I always like to have a sports series that I'm going through while I'm going through Nano or any of my writing retreats, because they always give me a lot of energy. Like another example, like Ice Shield, like a couple years ago, Hikaru no Go, earlier this year. Last year there was another one, but this year was Awashi. I dig it so heavy. I haven't even gotten to the manga yet. I'm still in the anime, but man, did I love the anime, bro. Awashi was flipping awesome, man. I really dig that series. I need to get into the manga, but I love Awashi. I really like the anime. Undead Unluck is so good, bro. What would you recommend, watching the anime or reading the manga, Sage? I can do either or. The only problem with the anime is they don't have it on Crunchyroll, and that's always sucks. Let me see. Undead Unluck is like a roller coaster of peak, but the coaster just keeps getting higher. Yo, ultimate power, high praise. Excuse me, that's exciting. That's exciting. I need to get into it, man, because there's so many Shonen Jump manga that I'm enjoying right now. I would love to add another one to the fray. Oh yeah, Mist, man. Trust me, that's on the radar. Probably going to be one of my first manga reads of 2024. Will be Ravages of Time. Honestly, you never know, man. At the end of the year, I'm going on a road trip, and whenever I get in the mood to read, I'll read whatever comes to mind. So that's just the way that I am when it comes to the stuff that I read. So hey, man, while you're going through trails, if I hit you up and start spamming you out of nowhere, you know it's for Ravages of Time. You know what it is. By the way, King, I'm watching Gintama. I'm at least reaching episode 60. Oh, so did you reach 60, or you're trying to get to episode 60? If you're trying to get to episode 60, Subra, when you get to episode 57, stop and switch over to the first Gintama movie. It's this movie right here. When you get to episode 57, search this up right here. Search this movie. And watch this movie for episodes 58 to 61. It is the perfect adaptation of those chapters. Whenever you get to episode 57, and you're about to get to 58, switch over to the movie, man. Started reading Chojin X too. I need to read Chojin X. I was letting the chapter stack, but because I love Tokyo Ghoul and Sui Ishida, that's gonna happen for sure. Let me know what you think of it, OG3. Windbreaker's a manga, right? It's a manhwa. It's a manhwa, like Tower of God and Kubera and those series. How did your writing November go? Drums, man, it went fantastic. It went. I think this year was probably the Nano where I felt most connected. And that was because of how in tune I just felt with the characters. There was a lot of points, Drums, where I wanted to not just give up, but like, I was like, man, what am I doing? I had some really, really terrible writing days. And to balance that, sometimes within the same day, I would just sit there and let the characters do them. And that always ended up for the better. And I'll tell you, even after some of those writing sessions where I feel like nothing that came out of there, or I'm sorry, that everything that I wrote there was absolutely god-awful, there was some sort of magic there, or something I know I'm going to be able to take with me in the second draft because I let the characters do their thing. And because of that, it was not only a successful NaNoWriMo, but a Nano that allowed me the opportunity to feel that freedom as a creator, where I didn't feel so bogged down at certain points because of that. Where I was like, yo, screw it, go. Felt like I was a booker in professional wrestling, and one of my talent comes up to me and is like, yo, give me 5 minutes on the mic. It's literally what happened with some of my characters sometimes. I'd be like, yo, I'm in the mood to write about this character, let's write. Another thing also, Drums, that I found interesting about this month is I started, or not necessarily started, but when I was stuck, I worked on these 2 other writing projects that I have had cooking in the back of my mind because I was in the mood for them. And that unlocked something within me that worked for the story that I was currently going through. And I find that to be fascinating as well. Like, what I love how sometimes just the act of taking a break from what you're currently doing and working on something else can really help you in the long run. Even if it's that same day, where it's like, man, nothing's working here, let me go work on something else. You go work on something else, your mind is like, oh my god, Eureka, Vegapunk style, and you come back to the thing and now it's working. So it's really, really cool. But man, that was great. Thank you so much for asking, Drums. I appreciate you for that. So you think it's worth starting Detective Conan? If so, should I start with the manga or the anime? Luffy, to be honest with you, I did both. I went through the manga because I really appreciated the way that the manga is structured. But every time I reached one of like the arcs of Legend, I would switch to the anime and watch the arc in the anime. Because I'll tell you what, bro, if there's one thing Detective Conan never misses, it's in the anime adaptation of its legendary arcs. So I would read a lot of the cases in the manga because of how incredible Aoyama Gosho is, and I love the comic structure, just the way those panels and pages are structured in Detective Conan. Just classic comic books. But I would turn to the anime when it was time for one of the legendary arcs, and I thank my boy Quentin, who from the moment I started Detective Conan until I caught up, provided a list for me with every single case that I should watch in the anime. and it made for such a legendary experience because I looked forward to watching the anime again. So I went through it in both manga and anime when I was going through it. Oh wow, that's high praise. Anime for Undead Unluck might have opening and ending of the year, and we've had some good endings and openings, man. Andres Iniesta did a shout out. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Andres Iniesta did a shout out to Awashi. That's really cool. Personally, you should hop on Undead Unluck anime. It's a great adaptation. So I say watch it, then read when you catch up. Okay. Take it from Sage, man. Take it from the Sage. A series that goes under the radar on Sports Center is One Outs. Oh, yeah, man. One Outs is great. I haven't read the manga for One Outs, but I have watched the anime for One Outs, and that was some good stuff. I watched that right after Kaiji. You guys remember Kaiji? That phenomenal series. But right after I watched Kaiji, I remember somebody in my comments on YouTube was like, "Yo, if you liked Kaiji, you would like One Outs." And I had to thank the person who recommended that because, man, that series was great. It was really, really good. That kid in Gintama combo was big. Yeah! Greatness. Greatness. Good stuff. Good episodes, man. Those are some good episodes. Oh, we love to see it, OG3. We love to see it. Alright, Super, I got you. Remember when Suishi the other day took a one-shot right after his interview with Togashi? Crazy time. Crazy time, we're gonna see it next. Crazy time. Tell me on that Invincible Greatness. Dude, I have not watched season 2 yet. It came out at an unfortunate time when I was going absolutely nuts on Nano and Yakuza. There was no way Invincible was getting touched. But I know it's been great. My cousins, whenever I saw them at Thanksgiving, they were like, "Yo, Invincible's going hard right now." So I need to catch back up to that for sure. I need that Recon Ravages of Time read through. It's gonna change you, bro. I can't wait, man. You know me, bro. I'm here for some peak, and so I'm looking forward to Ravages of Time for sure. Are you caught up to the Kaiji manga? It's really good, dude. I don't think I've read a single chapter of the Kaiji manga drums. Would you recommend it? I haven't watched Kaiji in so long. I was actually thinking about doing a rewatch down the line. So I might do that, then read the manga. Kebab 316, yeah, man. Undead Unluck's my favorite in Jump. Wow, favorite in Jump, right? And bro, Shonen Jump is in a great place right now, man. There's a lot of great series. A lot of great series. Y'all are still me an Undead Unluck, man. I'm looking forward to watching / reading that for sure. You should love to catch up to One Ounce if you get a chance. It's finished, so you can read it at your own pace. Oh, you're talking about for the manga? Okay. Anyone here catching up with Berserk manga? Dude, I've been caught up to Berserk since like 2010. I've read every chapter when they released. That is one of those series that, like One Piece, when a chapter drops, it's getting read. It's getting read immediately. Immediately, man. Immediately. Berserk greatness, man. So many people want so many read-throughs of Recon, along with me. Yeah, it's a part of the blessing of having a YouTube channel, man. It's gonna take a long time to get through them. There's people that have been recommending me stuff from the very beginning. I still haven't gotten around to. It's one of those things. But like you said, the watch list is so massive, and I always feel bad because when I watch or read something, it's because I'm in the mood for it. It's when I'm in the mood for it. So, it's always unfortunate. I feel bad for the individuals who recommend me stuff at times. But it's like, man, I can't help it, dude. I gotta. Sometimes I'll have a series right in front of me, and then I'll go and check out another series. It happens. It happens. Big recommend. I need to admit, I skipped part 3. The anime covered parts 1 and part 2 because Mahjong was just a bit too hard for me to understand, and that's the game in part 3. Parts 4 and 5 are special. Oh, okay. All right. Sweet. Sweet. I wonder if... I remember not Kaiji, the other one, Akagi, the other series. I remember seeing a couple panels from that, and the art style looks very, very similar to that of the anime. It reminds me of the same thing that happened whenever I switched over. Because when I finished Black Lagoon originally in the anime, and I went to go compare it to the manga, I was shocked in how similar the art style was. I thought it would be a little different, but the Black Lagoon manga had a very, very, very similar art style to the anime. Mama Yu Yu has been cooking as well. That's one of the new ones, right? I need to check that one out. I think that one started the week before Kagurabashi, and I didn't check it out. I need to catch up to that for sure. I haven't read a single chapter of Mama Yu Yu. I need to read that. I read the golf one that came out this past week. What was it? Greens? I read that. That has potential. Undead Unlock power system and fight super unique. Man, I gotta read Undead Unlock, dude. Undead Unlock Kaiju number 8 and Don, man. It's getting a flippin' anime. I love Don, man. That's one of those really, really special ones. I've been enjoying every single chapter of that. The anime looks really cool too, dude. I love the colors. Excuse me, Kaiju number 8. I was gonna read that, but then I saw the Hideaki Anno's working on the anime, so I was like, nah, I'm holding off. I'm watching the anime. I'm not reading the manga. I'm watching the anime. Yeah, man, I gotta read Undead Unluck, dude. Yo, Leo Dog, what's good? Did you see the Dandadan trailer? Yeah, I saw it. I was going crazy for it. That thing was goated. Love hearing about your writing journey, bro. Wish nothing but the best for you, dude. Man. I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you very much. That was every single day, man. We're in there and working towards it. Recon Gintama read-throughs were stuff of legend. You just had to be there. Nah, man. I miss Gintama so much, bro. I miss the Gintama anime and the manga, man. I really do. Have you read Hoseki no Kuni? I started it like a couple years ago. And then I don't remember what happened. It had to have been something either One Piece related or another series. It might have been Trails, honestly. Something put a stop to it. No, I think it was Kubera. I think I started around the same time as Kubera, and I got so obsessed with Kubera that I did not get back to it. So I need to get back to Hoseki no Kuni, for sure. Sorry to ask the question again, but if possible, can I get the list for the anime episodes to watch Recon, maybe through Twitter if it's okay? I'm trying to think if I still have the list. Hit me up in a message, or either a message or an @ Luffy on Twitter. And tomorrow when I finish my finals, I'll look for your your tweet, and I'll try to see if I can find that list that Quentin made for me. Whenever I finish my finals tomorrow, because I'd probably have to dig through my DMs. Be been meaning to ask, what's your thoughts on FF16? Dude, I loved FF16, man. There was something that game had that was just it made me appreciate the entire series as a whole, which is something that I always love in anything that I explore, that I've been experiencing for a really long time. But when I was going through that game, it reminded me of how much I loved others that were similar to it in regards to like the way that it was paced and structured. Like, it reminded me of Final Fantasy X in a lot of regards. It reminded me a lot of Final Fantasy XIII and that trilogy in a lot of regards, while also maintaining certain elements from like Final Fantasy VI and stuff of that nature, where I was like, man, this is some good stuff. But the boss battles are stuff of legend. Like, they really, really are stuff of legend. I voted for FF16 in a couple categories for the Game Awards this year. I voted for FF16 in terms for the narrative. I voted for FF16, I think, for soundtrack for sure, and I think something else. But I loved it, man. I really, really did. I haven't platinumed it yet because it's been that type of year. So many games. But I can't wait for another opportunity to get back into the greatness, because I really enjoyed it. I love anime, but is there anything else you like live actions, movies, or games to recommend? Dude, man, I have it all. Let me know what you like out of those categories, and I got you, especially in games. I play a lot of video games, so I got you there, man. Let me know, Leo, dog. Yeah, Ano's working on Kaiju number 8. It's insane. Hoping for the Chojin X anime? Dude. Chojin X anime, bro. Like, yo, we need that. We need that. Are you writing stuff? Definitely gonna peep. Oh, every day. Every day. We need to get something out there, which that's what we're working on at the moment. Trying to get stuff out there, man. That way we're not just all talk. Trying to get some stuff out there. Hoseki no Kuni is my all-time top 10 series. Foss as an MC is absurdly good. TCB just dropped a new GTK chapter. Oh, God. Oh, man, it's 1:04. I need to be up in a couple hours. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. Give me a sec. Alright, yo. Now, if it was anything else, we'd be in bed, because I have final tomorrow. Literally in a couple hours. Because Jujutsu Kaisen, let's read this real quick. Because I won't be able to stop thinking about it. So let me... Alright. Alright. Reading chapter 244, ladies and gentlemen. If you are not caught up to JJK, we're about to read chapter 244. Much love to TCB for dropping the chapter. Right. Let's do this. Then the moment that we finish the chapter, I gotta go to sleep. Let's see. Oh man, here we go. Chapter 244. Oh my god. Let's go, boys. Chapter 244. And we start off. Is that Yuji? Higuruma? Yuta just finished hitting a home run! Yuta just finished sending Kenjaku over to another colony! And he's like, yo, now's the time to switch over to the boys again. Hold up, dude. Wait. Sakura. The decisive battle in the uninhabited demon-infested Shinjuku. Let's go, bro. Let's flipping go, dude. Yuji, Sakuna, Higuruma. I had written some jokes in the style of Shinku Jessica as a hobby. I tinkered with it and ended up using them for the Manzai bit. Which is what they were talking about last chapter, right? With the comedic routine. In the case that Gojo loses, we need a backup plan. For Genjaku, we'll have Takaba create an opening for Okotsu to strike, and Takaba most certainly did. But we'll really need Okotsu back ASAP, so we're counting on you. The issue is Sukuna. Even though it's an all-out battle, we still have to decide who we're sending to the battlefield. What a dumbass. All out means everyone is fighting. I'm going first, though. And just what would be the point of sending someone out to get killed, even if they can't buy us an opening? Take our Miwa here, for example. She was lacking in power to begin with, and then she went and made a binding vow in Shibuya to never swing a katana again. At the end of Shibuya? Whenever she went in and attempted to... Take our Miwa, for example. She was lacking in power to begin with, and then she went and made a binding vow in Shibuya to never swing a katana again. Then what happened earlier in the arc whenever we saw her ready to throw down? Remember earlier on in the arc? When she was walking down the street like she was about to stand on business? Kenjaku stopped that swing with his bare hands, though. Wait, I'm perplexed. What's going on here? A binding vow in Shibuya to never swing a katana again. Regardless, Kenjaku stopped that swing with his bare hands, though. With regards to the merger with Tengen-sama, I have a feeling that we can use cursed energy to prevent ourselves from being included. Even if Sukuna and Kenjaku get their way, I don't think it's impossible to survive the merger when the resulting monster begins wreaking havoc on the world. Though I expect Kenjaku to immediately hunt down the remaining players. And we see everyone here within the background. No matter how this plays out, we'll have at least a few days. Even more if Sukuna is the only one of those two left standing. I'm sorry, but I'll have to abstain from participating. I don't think I'll be of any assistance. Of course, Choso is sitting next to Yuji. Brother, I like to watch over my family, if even for a little while. I intend to take them with me and flee overseas. I'm very Okay, got it, no worries. This isn't some public execution. We don't need to hear everybody's explanations. The only ones who will be useful in this fight are those crazy enough to try. Thanks for teaching me all that stuff, Senpai. You really helped because Choso sucks at teaching. Not Choso catching a stray. Is that so? Those of you who can use the reverse curse technique, those of you who want to die, and those of you who think you don't care about dying, and who doesn't fall into those three groups is either on the bench or providing support. I'll go after Kashimo. Let's go. Let me go, man. My curse technique can confiscate Sukuna's. Yo, his curse technique is the spookiest of them all. You know what it is to be in a courtroom? Brother, it has the Ace Attorney no me. You assuming I'm gonna lose is really pissing me off. I mean, it's not your fault, Kashimo. You know, going up against the man, the myth, the legend. It's just a hypothetical, man. We're just thankful you're letting Gojo-san take the first crack at it. I'm still not okay with it either. If he's sentenced to death, I can fight Sukuna with the executioner's sword. God. Oh my goodness. A sword that kills with a single swing, it'd be a big help. But even you can't be sure whether the verdict will be confiscation or death penalty, right? That'll depend on which crimes judgment charges Sukuna with. Which crimes? And from what era? I mean, the brother's gonna have a death penalty whether he's in the past, present, or future. Are you kidding me? It's Sukuna. A sword that kills with a single swing, it'd be a big help, but even you can't be sure whether the verdict will be confiscation or death penalty, right? That'll depend on which crimes judgment charges Sukuna with. That's right, yeah, because it really does depend on which crimes. You don't have any say there, do you, Higuruma? None. Sukuna and I swapped 3 times at my high school, at the detention center, and at Shibuya. And all 3 of them were legendary. He caused a ton of casualties both at the detention center and Shibuya. And since swapping to Fushiguro's body, he's probably been doing whatever he pleases. I think most of what he's done has been pretty serious. There's a pretty high chance that the judgment prosecutes a crime that will be punishable by death. Honestly, it's hard to say. Could you imagine? The judgment is like, yo, we're going to punish you for stealing that McDonald's order in the middle of fighting Maharaga. If we summarize our current knowledge of Sukuna's actions, at Ichidori's high school, bodily harm against Ichidori by means of taking over his body, attempted murder of Gojo Satoru. At the detention center, murder of Itadori, since he came back to life, I suppose it would be considered attempted murder, and attempted murder of Fushiguro Megumi. Then in Shibuya, murder of 2 high school aged curse users, which was, man, that scene in the anime was crazy. Attempted mass murder of the citizens of Shibuya, that was not attempted. Yeah, that was fulfilled. Murder of that curse user with the side ponytail. The miracle that the flippin' no longer having any miracles left. That brother slid in half. Arson of residential buildings. I mean, you can't help it. Fuga. Which brings us to his takeover of Fushiguro Megumi's body. Depending on Fushiguro Megumi's status, the charge could be bodily harm, attempted murder, or theft of a dead body. The detention center was much worse than that. Sukuna's fingers, It's difficult to pin the blame on Sukuna for harm caused by cursed objects. Sukuna's at fault, albeit indirectly. I wouldn't call it aiding and abetting, though. In that same vein, the case of Yoshino Junpei's mother is just as tricky. As for the sentencing rates for murder, the murder of a single person usually results in imprisonment with hard labor for 10 to 15 years. For 2 people, life in prison or death. For the murder of 3 or more people, the death penalty is most common. Sukuna has repeatedly demonstrated cruelty throughout his conduct, causing significant social harm for his own self-benefit. This would imply that he cannot be rehabilitated into our society. According to the Nagayama standard, this would lead to the death penalty, if it's a normal trial, that is. Naga, huh? Naga, huh? I see. And me was like, what? What you talking about, Willis? You know that he's talking about Kusakabe-san, right? You're just faking it, right? You really underestimated me, huh? In a normal trial, if you take all his crimes into account, Sukuna would be executed, no question. But Higuruma's technique prosecutes each charge one by one. If we look at the charges we just listed, by my count, less than 30% of those would get the death penalty. Another problem is that each of his major crimes is attached to a number of minor ones. True that. Hypothetically, if you stab someone, you would be charged with attempted murder and bodily harm, but technically you also tore the victim's clothes, so property damage should be included too. That is very true. Think about all the cars and stuff that happened just even like in Shibuya, right? It's quite possible that if we were to look at Sukuna's massacre in Shibuya, judgment may choose to prosecute him for property damage or breaking and entering instead. That's a factual statement. That is an actual factual statement. In that case, the Korean death penalty sentencing will be tough. I could see that happening. Judgment even brought up my playing pachinko as a minor. Oh yeah, he did bring that up whenever he charged Yuji. I forgot about that. Right, Sukuna could also be charged with Ishidori's petty crimes due to having been incarnated in his body. What kind of stuff do you get into? Are you an idiot? What's an even bigger issue are the crimes from 1,000 years ago. That's the spookiest thing, man. There's nothing spookier than Heian era Sukuna. Would that not fall under the Statute of Limitations? The modern set of laws introduced in the Meiji era includes the general idea of a Statute of Limitations. So his crimes from 1,000 years ago should fall under the statute? The Statute of Limitations regarding murder was abolished when the Criminal Procedure Law was amended in 2010. So no statute. Yuji's like, yo, brother, just give it to me straight. Just give it to me straight, man. No, the Statute of Limitations is still valid regarding murders occurring before 1985. So there is one. However, the Heian era's governing rules, known as the Yoro Code, didn't include a Statute of Limitations. Well, then no Statute of Limitations, I guess. It's like, yo, make up your mind, dude. Yuji's like, brother, we're trying to work together here, man. Come on, dude. Seriously, which is it? I don't know. If the offender's abroad, the progression of the Statute of Limitations is halted. Depending on how Sukuna operated prior to incarnation, there may not be a Statute of Limitations even under the modern set of laws. Like, if it takes the time he wasn't incarnated and considers it to be him being abroad, precisely. Judgment is a Shikigami manifested by my cursed technique. If I see something as even remotely possible, so too will judgment. Love this panel. Which means that taking into account Sukuna's crimes from 1,000 years ago, judgment's discretion, and Sukuna's innumerable crimes, both big and small, the chances that judgment lands on a charge that gives us a clear-cut death sentence are extremely low. Even with a guilty verdict leading to a confiscation, I'm just grateful you're able to do something. Still, I'm not sure if both techniques would be confiscated. I've never trialed someone with multiple abilities before. Either way is a huge help. I think I have something. I may have a way to ensure Sukuna gets sentenced to death. Yuji? Yuji with the loophole? We back to the battle? Hands. Let's go, man! Sukuna? Goodness gracious, man. Frying Karasuno. Crows, Gojo-kun, Kenjaku, and now Sukuna. I guess my power doesn't phase the complete monsters. Flippin' Mei, man. That said, they all opted to dodge, so doesn't that say something about it if it were to land? He's distracted, the rest is up to you, Higuruma-kun. When was the last time I saw her? Sending the crows into there to go bite the dust. They got fried too, dog. He's distracted. The rest is up to you, Higuruma-kun. Let's go, yo. Here we see the hammer of justice, dog. That thing is huge, dude. Yuji. Oh my god. I've been waiting for this, bro. I've been waiting for this, man. Yeah, man. Yuji comes in. Hands. Sukuna. He goes up. Yuji with the hands. Sukuna's using a third hand to block. Stop playing with my boy Yuji, dog. Yo, that's him. That's him. Are you kidding me, bro? Yo, goes in and forces Sukuna to use everything except for the hand that is currently holding the cursed object. Look at that! Other three hands, Sukuna. Looks a little shook. What's that? That's my boy, man! Let's go! Yuji goes in. Sukuna feels one of the attacks that has to be the thingy, bro. It's gotta be the little thing he has on his hand. The thing that we see right here in his right hand that forced all this to take place. The Alan Walker hand. What's that? Itadori. Higuruma. We're having a retrial. Oh god, is it time? Domain. Oh dude! Domain expansion, deadly sentencing. The courtroom. Is Sukuna gonna break out of this? Or no, he can't, right? Once he's in there, it's done. We'll appeal. We'll have a retrial for that previous case and drag Sukuna into it. If we do that, we can charge Sukuna with the Shibuya massacre. Deadly sentencing chooses one of the 3 court tiers at random when prosecuting. Then that won't work. Hold on, if I apply for a retrial for a case that has already been settled, under the pretense of Sukuna being added as a co-defendant, reopening the case may be possible. The logic is there isn't any direct benefit to me. It would essentially be as if I targeted Itadori with my technique. Even if it doesn't work, we can at least narrow down the crimes to those done while incarnated inside Itadori's body. Itadori Yuji is accused under suspicion of committing mass murder in Shibuya on October 31st, 2018. Courtroom, the Persona 2 courtroom, he didn't kill anyone. His previous confession in high court was false, motivated by a strong sense of personal accountability. Dude, I can't believe this is happening so soon. The real culprit it's Sukuna with a grin. Sukuna with a malicious, evil grin in court. Brother has no lawyer. His lawyer may as well have been old girl who was talking about the Bound arc in the middle of a courtroom. Have the tides turned? No, the end of the chapter? Break next week. Oh my goodness. So JJK is going on break and we're getting a One Piece chapter next week. Crazy times. Crazy time. Have the tides turned, ready for death, the battle of the courtroom is now in session. Yo, man. Dude. So, entire chapter, obviously, we come up over here, and I can't, we're back. We're back for the hands, dog. I can't wait. Oh, dude. Great stuff. So, of course, we got the flashback sequence. This Miwa sequence was weird. So it's like, then what was the point of showing that panel from earlier in the arc? Loved seeing everyone here, by the way. Loved seeing this panel right here with Yuta and Maki, and the senpais, Panda, Inumaki, and so we cut over and they have a very interesting conversation about how they're going to go about this. But the fact that it takes place within the very same chapter is wild to me. Wild to me, man. You know, they're talking about the trial and stuff of that nature. See the crows, and then, dude, Higuruma comes in, Yuji starts throwing down with Sukuna, and whatever that thing on his arm is, causes Sukuna to vibrate. Right here, he's like, yo, I think I felt that. I think I felt that, man. And that gave Higuruma enough of an opening in order to unleash his domain expansion, and now we are here for a retrial with Sukuna and he's just grinning, dude. Oh, man. Oh, man. JJK, dog. Let's go, dude. How many years for Crow murder? It depends on if they're extinct or not. It depends on whether or not they're extinct. Bring the footage. Bring the footage. Yuji landing more hits than Kashimo. Let's go. That's my boy. Yuji's him. Yuji's him. Yo, dude, it just felt so good to see Yuji fighting against for Heian era Sukuna, forcing him to use all his heads, and it did some damage, man. And it has to be with the thing he has on his hand. Next chapter about to be so crazy, dude. Mattias. Next chapter is gonna be so crazy, bro. So crazy. I can't wait. Do you guys think this is how we transition into potentially seeing a little bit of Sukuna's flashback? Well, no, never mind. I was about to say, because I know we're about to see. Obviously, we're still in the mass murder of Shibuya, so it could, though, just like last time, with the original prosecution being for Yuji entering that pachinko parlor, and then it ended up being for the mass murder in Shibuya. So even if Sukuna gets out of this, he could potentially be charged for something from the Heian era, right? Oh, dude, that makes sense. You guys are right. It must be something to do with blood manipulation, which is why Yuji was thanking Kamo. That makes sense. I thought he was just trolling Choso there. But that actually makes a lot of sense. You guys are absolutely right. Yeah, that has to be it. That has to be it. That has to be it. Another perspective on this fight is Gege could have easily given the death sentence. He would have understood, but he went out of his way to put Sukuna in a different kind of battle. And I love that stuff. This is why I really enjoy reading JJKs, for this type of stuff, man. When you bring up the whole Sukuna versus Maharaga footage to the court, immediately. Yuji must have ate the rest of his Death Womb siblings. Dude, and if that's the case, ultimate power. Yuji's gonna come up and like, no wonder he was boxing Sukuna. No wonder, man. That makes so much sense now, dude. You guys are so right. I don't know why that didn't click in my mind. I just thought he was trolling Choso. Oh my god, it's 1:30. Alright, let me read a few more comments, then we'll go. Better Call Saul, Ace Attorney stuff next week. Yo, facts. Oh, that's gonna be fun, man. This is the moment we've been waiting for, Salvador Shot. Sorry for the late upload. I'm trying not to kill your sleep. Now I appreciate your drums, man. Thank you. Thank you for getting the chapter up, yo. Table JJK, the geniuses suck at teaching as usual. Choso catching a stray. That jump was hilarious, bro. That jump was hilarious. Loki thinking Jaku talking about how his will is going to be inherited was about Yuji, even more with the transition. I ain't ready for Yuji using red scale stakes, dude. Now my JJK Thursday's over. We watched the episode, fantastic. Read the chapter. Oh man, the trial is already underway. It's like we had a prediction this was going to happen, but not the very chapter when we returned to this. Man. And we're on break, so we're going to have the opportunity to really sink our teeth into this one, man. But I will see y'all next time, dude. I have to get going. I appreciate y'all so much for being here. We've been streaming for almost 2.5 hours talking about JJK. So I thank everybody who's here. I know this is a bit different from what we normally do, but I was like, since we have today off, or at least this nighttime period off, I was like, let's just do something different. So I will see y'all next time. Have an awesome day. I have to get some sleep because I have to make it to a final here in a couple hours. But JJK greatness, man. What an awesome set of... We're in the courtroom. We're in the courtroom, man. Let's go, dude. I'll see y'all next time.